Sometimes, life doesn't make sense. Things fall apart. People walk away. Plans collapse. But what if it's not random? What if all this chaos is actually part of something divine? Something preparing you for a blessing beyond your imagination. In this video, we're diving deep into 7 spiritual signs that Allah is preparing you for a major blessing. If you're going through difficulty, isolation, or confusion right now, this may be the reassurance your heart needs. You're being pulled away from people you thought would stay. You may have noticed that people who were once close to you, friends, family, or even trusted mentors, begin to drift away. Sometimes it's sudden, sometimes it's subtle. But there's a noticeable distance, and it feels like you're being cut off. This isn't a coincidence. In many cases, Allah removes people from your life not as a punishment, but as a form of protection. Their presence in your next chapter could block the growth and peace Allah wants to gift you. You may not understand it now, but what feels like abandonment is actually redirection. There's wisdom in divine disconnection. Sometimes the people who got you here can't go with you further. Their season in your life is over. Allah is making space for better relationships, clearer vision, and stronger faith. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "You will never leave something for the sake of Allah except that He will replace it with something better." This isn't just about material loss. It applies to people too. Your du'as seem unanswered. You've made sincere du'as. You've cried, pleaded, and waited. But nothing seems to change. Silence surrounds your supplications, and that silence begins to feel like neglect. But in truth, Allah never ignores a du'a. He responds in one of 3 ways. He may say yes and grant it immediately, delay the answer because something better is on the way, or reserve something greater for you in the next life. The delay you experience may be a mercy in disguise. Allah knows what your heart desires, but He also knows what your soul needs. His silence is never absence. It's a lesson in patience, trust, and spiritual maturity. So when your du'as feel like whispers into the void, remind yourself, Allah is never unaware of the cries of the sincere. Keep calling, keep trusting. The skies will open when the time is right. What you love most will be tested. Our love for people, status, wealth, or even dreams will be tested. And the test isn't to hurt us, but to cleanse our hearts from dependency. Sometimes, what you love is taken from you or shaken because your heart has become too attached to it. Allah wants your heart to find its anchor in Him, not in creation. The pain of losing or struggling with what you love is not a punishment, it's purification. Surah Al-Ankabut 29:2 reminds us, "Do the people think they will be left to say, 'We believe,' without being tested?" These trials serve a divine purpose. They remove the layers of ego, expectation, and illusion until only faith remains. And with that faith, Allah rebuilds something stronger, purer, and more aligned with your destiny. You're losing interest in worldly distractions. You used to be entertained by things that now feel empty. The music, the parties, the gossip, they don't feed you anymore. You find yourself craving solitude, reflection, sincerity, and silence. This isn't a coincidence. It's your soul maturing. When Allah prepares you for a major blessing, He often pulls you away from superficial pleasures and temporary highs. Your heart starts yearning for something more meaningful, more permanent. That's a sign your inner world is expanding to match what Allah is about to give you. You begin seeking spiritual conversations instead of small talk. You're drawn to the Quran over casual scrolling. You begin choosing prayer over procrastination. These are signs that your soul is being aligned with something greater. It's a sign that you're being prepared, not just for a blessing, but for responsibility, wisdom, and clarity. You're forced to examine your trust when life doesn't go according to plan. When the job falls through, the relationship ends, or the path gets blocked, you're faced with a deep spiritual question. Who do I really trust? Most of us say we trust Allah, but the real test comes when everything else fails. When no one comes to your rescue and your plans collapse, that's when Allah asks, "Do you trust me or do you trust my creation?" Surah At-Talaq 65:3 offers a beautiful reassurance. And whoever puts their trust in Allah, He is sufficient for them. Your job isn't your provider. Your spouse isn't your protector. Your friends aren't your saviors. They are all tools, not the source. True blessings begin when you realize that your reliance must be solely on the Creator. Allah may close every door just to show you that He's the one who opens them. You're losing control, and that's the point. Have you ever tried everything and still watched it fail? No matter how many plans you make or how much effort you give, things don't move. It's frustrating but also humbling. This is a sign that Allah is teaching you tawakul, reliance on Him. You're being taught to do your part, but not to attach your heart to the results. Control is an illusion, and Allah often takes it away to show us who's really in charge. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means surrendering to a wisdom that's beyond your comprehension. It means realizing that your timeline is not the ultimate timeline. When Allah prepares you for something big, He often requires your surrender first, because it's in surrender that true faith is born. You will be broken before you are blessed. This is perhaps the hardest part. Before the light comes, the darkness deepens. Before the blessing arrives, the burden feels unbearable. You may feel like you're falling apart, like your prayers are empty, your faith is cracked, and your heart is broken. But this breaking is sacred. It is in this vulnerable, raw place that transformation begins. Just as a seed must be buried and broken before it sprouts, your soul must be tested to uncover its strength. Allah isn't punishing you. He's rebuilding you. The night may seem endless, but dawn always comes. If you're still holding on, still praying, still trusting, know this: you are already succeeding. Your blessing isn't just coming, it's being built through every tear, every test, and every trial. Conclusion: if you're experiencing any of these signs, know that you're not lost, you're being led. Allah is crafting something greater than what you've imagined. It may not look like a blessing yet, but faith reminds us, the best gifts often come wrapped in difficulty. And here's your sign. The fact that you're still here, still believing, still turning to Allah, that's evidence that you're on the path. You don't have to be perfect. You just need to be patient, sincere, and trusting. Repeat this powerful dua. Ya Allah, shape me through this pain. Replace what I lost with what you know is better. If this message touched your heart, share it with someone else who's going through a difficult season. You never know whose life your reminder could change. And remember, before every major blessing, there's a major test. Stay strong, stay faithful. Ameen.